You're fired.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 banned action movies.
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
For this list, we'll be looking at any action films that were banned or prevented from releasing in at least one country. These flicks were censored for everything from violent content to political subversion, sometimes all rolled into one. Which action flicks didn't make our list? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Hunter Killer, Russia and Ukraine.
I always like to take one last breath before we go under. You never know what's going to be like when you come up.
This little-known action film contains both high-profile actors and a few controversial plot points. It features Gerard Butler as a submarine commander that helps rescue the Russian president from a coup.
Did we just start a war?
No, but we might have sealed into one.
Given the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, Hunter Killer raised eyebrows in Eastern Europe. Ukraine decided to ban the movie because of its perceived support of certain Russian figures. Considering the invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the tension between those nations has only risen in recent years. Russia also refused to exhibit the film without specifically citing any political reasons. Since the story shows a scenario for subversive activity in the nation, it's not hard to surmise the underlying decision in not showing it.
Exo, what's better? To be right or to be alive?
Number 9. True Lies, Indonesia.
Is there anything you want to tell me before we start?
Yeah. I'm going to kill you pretty soon.
James Cameron's action film features movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger as a secret agent that thwarts a terrorist plot. While that sounds similar to many blockbusters, this particular release gained poor reviews from some critics for its portrayal of Middle Eastern villains.
You have killed our women and our children, bombed our cities from afar like cowards, and you dare to call us terrorists!
Harsh notices didn't stop there, as the release was outright banned in Indonesia for its apparent mishandling of the Islamic religion. The villains' characterizations were perceived to have misinterpreted the faith, which the nation's Islamic leaders didn't appreciate. Schwarzenegger's character fighting and killing a majority of them didn't appease detractors either.
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Number 8. Falling Down, South Korea.
Hey, you there! What are you doing there?
Just passing through.
Nobody said you could play through. Get off my home!
Michael Douglas stars in this film as the deranged William Foster, who slowly unravels over the course of a contentious trek through Los Angeles. Many scenes involve Foster confronting various people, including a Korean shop owner in a particularly tense moment.
You go now. No trouble. I stay. What do you think of that?
Protesters cried foul at the movie's depiction of minorities, particularly the Korean community in LA. This led to a growing outrage that influenced the distributor to stop the film's release in South Korea altogether.
It's been a pleasure frequenting your establishment.
The white anti-hero at the center of the film uses verbal altercations and even violence to lash out against the system, prompting viewers to debate the ultimate point of the story all these years later.
I'm the bad guy? Yeah.
Number 7. The Kingdom, Kuwait and Bahrain.
So we're going to Riyadh, is that right?
Yep. State Department said yes.
Nope. White House?
Nope.
We bringing security?
Nope.
This is really going to suck, I think.
Peter Berg's The Kingdom takes a look at terrorism and conflicts in the Middle East. Set in Saudi Arabia, the film gathered inspiration from real-life attacks to tell a story about U.S. agents tracking down the perpetrators. It was banned in nearby countries Kuwait and Bahrain, with officials in the latter citing the film's vilification of Saudi Arabia.
This is just going to further complicate an already deteriorating situation with one of our few remaining allies in the Middle East.
Other critics noted that the movie pushes a narrative of demonizing Middle Eastern people and supporting a patriotic U.S. agenda.
America's not perfect. Not at all. I'll be the first to say that, but we are good at this.
The Jamie Foxx film might not be as well remembered for its action scenes, but it certainly struck a nerve with viewers in the region. Number 6. Goldfinger, Israel.
Ah, Welcome to Oryxstad, Mr. Bond. Lovely animal, isn't she? Certainly better bred than the owner.
Often regarded as one of the quintessential James Bond films, Goldfinger is a classic of the action spy genre. The film stars Sean Connery as the secret agent and the German actor Gert Fruba as the titular villain.
This is gold, Mr. Bond. All my life I've been in love with its color, its brilliance, its divine heaviness.
While Fruba ranks high among Bond adversaries, the performer's past prompted Israel to prevent the movie's release. He was previously known as a Nazi Party member before World War II. While his membership caused considerable outrage, the official ban was rescinded after the whole story came out. It was later reported that the actor apparently sheltered a Jewish family from the Nazis. This didn't hurt the film's box office chances, however, considering that it became a smash hit.
I apologize, Goldfinger. It's an inspired deal.
Number 5. Deadpool. China.
Looks on everything.
Looks are everything. You ever heard David Beckham speak? It's like he mouth sexed a can of helium. Think Ryan Reynolds got this far on his superior acting method?
Love is blind, Wade.
No. You're blind.
Ryan Reynolds successfully turned Deadpool into a massively popular film series. He also supported the film becoming an R-rated experience, complete with all the extreme violence and swearing any fan of the character would expect.
You're probably thinking, my boyfriend said this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the red suit just turned that other guy into a kebab.
This didn't sit too well with Chinese censors, who wished for the finished product to be wildly changed. Considering the endless montages of violence that are integral to the storyline, it wasn't feasible to alter it without completely undercutting the film.
You mean to say,
After all this, you can't fix me?
It sounds even stupider when you say it.
Reynolds and the creators brushed off the initial ban, with the movie going on to become one of the most profitable R-rated releases ever.
You got me in a box here.
Number 4. The Raid 2. Malaysia. Indonesian action film The Raid 2 received massive amounts of praise for its visceral and relentless fight scenes. It also earned a ban in Malaysia for its adherence to complete brutality on every level. Sequences such as a violent prison riot are not for the faint of heart and prompted major pushback from Malaysian censors. Without much more clarity on the issue, the ban seemed excessive in the eyes of the film's supporters in its native country.
Sepertinya ada keputusan yang sudah diambil oleh anggota kelompok saya yang kurang cerdas dan kurang pengalaman. Untuk itu saya minta maaf.
The entire experience still ranks among the more memorable action brawlers in recent memory, despite some opponents thinking otherwise. Number 3. Rambo. Myanmar.
You know, you never told us your name.
John,
Where are you from?
Bowie, Arizona.
Why'd you leave?
I got drafted in NAM.
And you just stayed?
Sylvester Stallone's 4th entry in the Rambo series might be the bloodiest of them all. His character's efforts to help missionaries in Myanmar set off a chain of events that pit John Rambo against the local military.
You know, you boys want to shoot. Now's the time.
Needless to say, this kind of storyline wasn't welcomed with open arms in Myanmar. The country was dealing with the political revolution in 2007 and 2008, which arguably led the nation to be even more cautious about releasing it. Rambo also spends most of his runtime killing their soldiers with a variety of weaponry.
You know who you are. What you're made of. War's in your blood. Don't fight it.
Along with the excessive violence, the final product clearly shows their government in a bad light, which makes the subsequent censorship not all that surprising. Number 2. Mad Max. New Zealand and Sweden. While some people remember the sequels better, George Miller's original Mad Max laid the template for a dystopian world of gang violence. Its subject matter didn't go without controversy either.
We're really going to get it this time? He had his indicator on. Shut up!
New Zealand and Sweden each banned the film for content that was perceived as excessive and gratuitous at the time. For New Zealanders, the burning scene hit especially close to home given the recent activity in the nation.
For freedom and the night.
I can't.
Throw it.
No!
Sucking trash. Throw it!
Both bans took effect for several years as the film's influence grew and helped create several sequels. After changing opinions and cultural shifts, both countries eventually withdrew their restrictions.
They say people don't believe in heroes anymore. Well, damn them! You and me, Max. We're gonna give them back to heroes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Battle Royale. Germany, Canada, and the US.
白岩学園3年 B 組の皆さん、こんにちは。
はい、こんにちは。
This popular adaptation of the Koshin Takami book inspired a sequel and influenced other media. It also attracted condemnation for its plot about students forced to fight to the death.
俺たち殺し合わせよって腹なんだろ。誰が殺し合いなんかするかよ。なあ。
今のうちに知ってること全部言っちゃった方がいいよ。
Multiple territories didn't see the film until years later, partially due to its controversial content. Germany temporarily banned the movie years later, while US and Canadian theaters never saw a wide-scale release.
相手になってあげる。私の全存在をかけて。
The story continues to garner attention for its frequent scenes of violence between younger characters. Due to the preventative measures of distributors, Battle Royale had to become a cult hit through word of mouth and later home video formats. The boundary-pushing storyline remains one of the more thrilling of its kind, later hailed by international critics as a classic.
助かった。防弾チョッキ様々だ。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.